Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michelle, and today's video is going to be about my experience getting my first Louis Vuitton bag. In regards to my Louis Vuitton bag, I am going to tell you guys what made me choose the bag that I wanted in terms of out of all the bags that I was looking at. Why did I choose this one? Why did I choose this specific print? Why did I choose this specific size? And then going into how I paid for it, and then what was my experience when I went in store overall. This is my baby Louis Vuitton, my first one that I got. This is the Speedy 25 in the Damier Ebene in this sort of like checkered brown version, and I got it I think in July, so it's been like over almost a year of me having this, and it's just my baby. Just a quick walkthrough on what my bag is actually, just before we start getting into all the details of it. This is the Damier Ebene with the bandouliere in size 25. And just to show you a little bit about the bag, it has this little locket here that comes with a key. It has a top handle, and then also has this little like crossbody bandouliere, which is what they call. And inside is actually nothing. It has a red interior. It has like one pocket but no other compartments in terms of organization compartments. I actually put in, if I open this, I put in a little compartment organizer on my own, just because I didn't want everything to kind of like be in there and for me not to find it. First part of this video, why did I choose this bag? And I guess we can start with why I wanted one in the beginning anyways. I just finished college in May 2019, and I saw a couple of my other friends getting Louis Vuittons too, and I was like, you know, I kind of need more staples in terms of purses, jeans, clothes in general. And so I was thinking, like, why don't I just buy a Louis Vuitton bag, and so that I'll have one staple piece in my closet forever and it'll be super stylish. Like, why do I have to wait till I'm 26, 27 in order to get what I want if I know that getting a classic is gonna be so much more worthwhile in the long run? Another reason why I went with Louis Vuitton is just because that it's a classic. I think I'm more of a Louis Vuitton person, if you know what I mean, versus like Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Chanel maybe in the future, but not right now. And I was kind of over my Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Tory Burch days, and so I definitely wanted something that was a little bit more sophisticated and something that was just classic, and so that's why I went with Louis Vuitton. Knowing that I wanted a classic, I literally looked up Louis Vuitton classics, and the two bags that came up were the Neverfull tote bag and also the Speedy handbag. And at one point I really wanted the Neverfull tote bag, and this is just because when I was growing up I saw it so many times and I really wanted to be that girl with the tote bag. But after doing a bunch of research in terms of the print and the tote bag and deciding between the Speedy and the Neverfull, I went with the Speedy. This is because I already had a Longchamp tote bag, just a regular black one, and I already thought that was a really good staple in terms of a tote bag, and I don't really like holding everything on one shoulder or being limited to my movements because everything is on that one shoulder. That was more of me knowing the type of style that I wanted. I didn't want another tote bag. I prefer crossbodies or top handles, and it was in that moment where I was just saying, if I'm paying that much for something, I should use it a lot, and I don't think I'm going to use the Neverfull that much. When I was looking at the Speedy, there's really two versions of the Speedy that I was looking at. There was the one with just the top handle, and then one with the bandouliere, which is the crossbody. I immediately knew that I wanted the bandouliere just because I didn't want to hold a bag all the time and be limited to my hand holding it. I could put it on as a crossbody in order to be more hands-free. So choosing the print for me for Louis Vuitton wasn't as hard as choosing the actual bag, which makes sense just because the bag really defines your style, and the print is a small part of it, but once you narrow down the bag, the print will be a lot easier to choose. So there's three main prints that Louis Vuitton has. It has the classic monogram, which I definitely wanted in the first place, and I'll tell you why I didn't get it. And then there's the Bandouliere Ben, which is the one that I have. And it's just your classic brown checker print, and honestly this is such a classic. I'm so glad I went with this checkered bag. Last thing before I tell you why I actually chose this print is the Bandouliere Ben canvas, which is the white checkered print. Being really new to designer bags, I do a bunch of research before I buy something that's going to cost so much, and it's definitely worth doing that just because you want to know exactly what the product is going to be like, how long is it going to last, and that can actually sway your decision in order to get other bags or other designs. After I narrowed down the Speedy, after I vetted that this was a classic bag, people have been using this for decades and it's never gone out of style and it lasts super well too, I was already set with that precedent. Next thing was the print. And so being a super noob into this whole designer bag area, I actually looked up on Pinterest what outfits look good with different types of print. I ruled out the white print just because I'm not really a white handbag sort of person, especially when it comes to Louis Vuitton, since I think the Bandouliere Ben, the brown checkered, and then the monogram are a little bit more noticeable in terms of LV bags. My inclination was to go towards the monogram at first. So I did a bunch of research on the monogram, and just because I knew I wanted to get it at the time, looked up outfits on Pinterest, looked on Instagram to see what it's actually going to look like on other people before I buy it for me to use. I discovered that you actually have to age the leather and take care of it super well. The monogram actually comes in a lighter brown color, and once you have it for a really long time, it's gonna actually get darker. And I remember talking to friends and looking online, you actually have to take care of it so that it ages evenly in the actual bag and it turns orange. So I was telling myself I'm not really down to do that, to take care of a bag that I'm already spending so much money on. So that was ruled out for me. And also the monogram look, to me, it in the Speedy at least looks a little bit more playful and young, but I wanted the bag to be more of a classic piece. And what was a double whammy in terms of the Bandouliere Ben is that you don't really have to take care of it that much. It's definitely really good quality in terms of the canvas, and it's a dark color too, so you don't have to worry about white being stained more than the dark at least. And I don't know, it just looks like a classic piece. When you look at this print, you know that it's Louis Vuitton and it can go with every single outfit, which is the whole reason as to why I bought this bag in the first place. Choosing the size. There are 3 sizes that come with the Speedy, and there are the 25, the 30, and the 35. For reference, I am 5'1" and 125 pounds, so I'm pretty small when it comes to purses like these, and I was having a really difficult time trying to figure out what to buy in terms of the 25 or the 30. Initially, I was going to go with the 30 because it wasn't that much more expensive, but this is definitely something that you need to try on if you are a first timer to see how it's going to look like in proportion to your body. I went with the 25, and still I think it's really massive on me compared to my proportion when I put it on my crossbody, but as a top handle it's fine. But when I tried on the 30, it definitely looked like it was swallowing me. So definitely recommend for you to try it on in person when you're looking at the sizes, if you know that this is going to be your everyday bag or just your bag that you know you're going to use a lot. So the Speedy 25 in the Bandouliere Ben with the bandolier was around $1,430 as well. So how did I pay for it? Definitely from a first glance, this was a really big investment piece on my end. Almost $1,500 is really big in terms of a bag. I thought it was a more reasonable designer bag just because I knew that it was a classic piece. I was going to use it basically for every single outfit, and compared to the other bags in the market that didn't really give me the brand and also style that I liked, I thought this was a reasonable price in order to invest in my first designer bag. How did I pay for it? I bought this right when I graduated, basically graduated in May and then got this in July. And to be honest, I've been working ever since I was a freshman. So working throughout college as a like during school and then also throughout the summer too. So I'd save a lot of money from my internships and helps living at home too. Honestly, throughout college I worked really hard and never really treated myself. I treat post-graduation buying it for myself for all the hard work that I've put in. Definitely something that I was really proud of wearing and really proud of buying for myself too, since it's always been something that I wanted. In terms of actually going into the store and buying it, because this is definitely something that I didn't want to just have shipped to my house. Luckily, my boyfriend and I were visiting his family in Portland and they have no sales tax, so even more reason for me to buy it in Portland as well. I went to a shopping center in Portland and we actually went into the Louis Vuitton store there. I called them to make sure that it was in stock in both sizes for the 25 and the 30, just so that it would make sense for me to go in there and just get it, just because we're driving out of the way in order to do so. We went in store, there was already a line at the Louis Vuitton store, and I was just like telling my boyfriend and his mom, like, it's like, should I even get it at all? Like, I don't really feel like somebody who deserves to get this, or is it really my style and whatnot. And there were some people in front of me that had like Gucci shoes, Gucci outfit and everything. Like, people just look honestly so bougie when they're at Louis Vuitton, which makes sense. But like, as I was nervous and freaking myself out, it's definitely not necessary. Everyone was just telling me that it doesn't really matter like who you are, what your status is, like if you want it, just get it, right? And I've been planning this for so long, so it just makes sense for me to do that and just to like not doubt myself. So we were waiting there in line. I was like freaking out. It was like really cool. At the same time though, went in, you actually get a counter with like an employee there, or like their associate, and then I already knew what I was looking for, so I was like, hey, do you have the 25 in the damier bend and 30 so that I can try it both on? There was mirrors everywhere, which makes sense, and I tried it on to make sure which one looked good on me or not, and tried the 25. I was like, oh, this is like pretty good. Tried on the 30 and it was just like massive. At this point I was deciding between the 25 and 30, but now they told me that the 25 wasn't in stock. Luckily, my boyfriend's aunt actually shipped me my purse from Portland to California just because we wanted to avoid the sales tax. So yeah, I didn't actually come home with a bag like from Portland to California. It was actually shipped to me, and it just had like the most beautiful packaging, which I still have today and can show you all too. So this is the huge bag that it came with. It actually didn't come packaged like this, but they gave me a bag just to show and have in case. It's super cute and it has a little like cloth handle. This is the packaging that it actually came with. Super nice. I've never really had packaging like this before, so it was like super bougie when I got it. And my mom was there to help me too, since she knew that this is like a really big thing for me. And then inside it was just this little like package that you had here, and then also a cloth bag. It was just like laid flat, so I had to uncover it myself. But what was really cool is they actually have the lock charm that I actually have on my bag here with the key as well. So I thought it was super cute to put in my bag just because I was like, I don't really know where to put it anywhere else. I believe the lock actually came in this little pouch here. They put it in here with the key that I have in here as well too. So the key looks like this. So I thought this packaging was really cute alongside the bag overall. Thanks for hearing my experience about buying my first Louis Vuitton bag. I hope these tips and tricks were helpful for you when deciding whether you should get the Neverfull or the Speedy, or just if you're a beginner designer noob like me, if my perspectives were really helpful for you too. Thinking about doing a what's in my bag for my Louis Vuitton bag and just how I style it too. So if you want to see that as well, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys next time.